The United States Supreme Court issued a ruling this week which impacts the Pennsylvania November 3rd general election. I'm pleased to be joined today by Luzerne County Manager David Pedri to tell us what this means. Mr. Pedri, tell us all about this now. What does it mean for Pennsylvania? Because you're not going to actually get all the votes in until November 6th.
Sure. Listen, we knew going into this that we would probably not have the election results on election night. The incredible amount of mail-in ballots that are coming into Luzerne County, coming across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, has basically changed the way that we view elections in Pennsylvania. In Luzerne County, we have about 216,000 registered voters. 62,000 of them have already applied for mail-in ballots. So you're looking at probably maybe up to half of what we normally get. We normally get about 60% of that big number. So people like mail-in ballots here in Luzerne County. They will be utilizing mail-in ballots, and then it'll be up to the Election Bureau to count them.
So now, in addition to all of this, there is in-person voting actually going on now.
There's a couple of different ways to vote in Pennsylvania now. The first is obviously go to the polls on November 3rd. We have 129 polls open across Luzerne County. There's 129 polls open. They'll be there. You can show up to vote just like you normally do. Number two is you vote by mail. You apply for your mail-in ballot, you get your mail-in ballot, you fill it out, you mail it back in, or you drop it off at the Luzerne County Election Bureau on North Pennsylvania Avenue in Wilkes-Barre. The final way to do it is actually to come in person to the Elections Bureau and actually vote right there. So we're starting that right now, and it will be in place until October 27th. Really what this is you're applying for a mail-in ballot at the Elections Bureau. They're processing it right there and then providing you with that ballot. You fill that ballot out and then you vote right there. If you have already applied for a mail-in ballot, this is not an option for you. You cannot receive, because you basically would try to be receiving 2 mail-in ballots. But if you have not applied for a mail-in ballot, that office will be open from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Processing these until October 27th. After October 27th, your options will be to either drop off the mailing ballot in the mail or show up to the polls, just like always.
What's been the response thus far?
We're slammed, and I got to give it to the incredibly hardworking staff of the Elections Bureau. I just assigned 6 other workers over there just to answer the phones. What we are looking at is an incredible amount of people who have applied for mail-in ballot. Over 60,000 voters. When you think about 60% of our population normally come out for presidential ballots, that's about half are going to be voting by mail already. And then they get the Supreme Court ruling that says that you can still count the mail-in ballots after Election Day, as long as they're postmarked by Election Day. All these things are coming into play here. I think that the overwhelming response has been people coming out to vote. And you know what? Around our Elections Bureau, there's a line all the way down the block of people coming to vote. The standard waiting time is between 60 to 120 minutes. So between an hour and 2 hours that you're going to have to wait if you choose that option. It's an incredibly difficult process. It does take time because we're only allowed 3 people in that office at a time due to COVID restrictions.
We're used to doing our SSPTV election night coverage and calling the winners. So we're not going to know what the final tallies are till when? When do you anticipate?
You know, in the primary, the June primary, we had about 40,000 mail-in ballots, and we had them all counted by, I believe it was the Friday of that week. So that's 40,000 for Luzerne County. Now, I think we're going to be moving a lot quicker this time. We have a process in place. We've just bought a brand new envelope opener that moves things moves things along a lot quicker. So I think we should have the results closer, but really across Pennsylvania, I don't see any way you're going to have the results on election night unless the state changes the law and allows us to start pre-canvassing earlier. But I don't see that happening at this point. So listen, I only have 60,000 so far in Luzerne County. Let's forget about Philadelphia and Allegheny County. They're looking at probably 500,000 mail-in ballots. So they're going to be counting them for days and days, and they have a lot of people working these things in warehouses, and there's COVID restrictions. Unfortunately, what I'm concerned about is if Wisconsin goes one way and Michigan goes another way, and the entire world will be looking at Pennsylvania as to whether or not we have who the next president of the United States is, we're not going to have those results. And when you don't have the results for days and days, that's when people start thinking, maybe there is something going on. Maybe there's corruption. Maybe there's this. We got to have the results. We got to do it quickly and efficiently. Our goal is to get them by election night or as close to it. But I want to be clear, we're going to err on the side of accuracy, Lisa. We're going to be accurate as opposed to fast. We're going to get it done and do it the right way. So if they give us the chance to do it the right way, we're going to do it.
Today's news feature is brought to you by Frankie's Pizzeria, located at 3739 Wyoming Street in Hazleton. Every Friday night is all-you-can-eat crab legs from 5 until 8 p.m. Reservations are suggested. You can call 570-454-6000 to make a reservation or for more information.